Welcome to Tokyo Alpha, the show where we talk about the Japanese NFT market. My name is Tony Vega. I've been tweeting about the Japanese NFT market since the fall of 2021, I think. It's been a long time, and I host the top-ranked Japanese language podcast about NFTs, NFT Nippon. And I am joined by my co-host, who is here almost every week. He's one of the co-founders of the Japanese Alpha community, Spam DAO. His name is Crypto. Hey, Crypto.
Hey, pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Hey. So, just made a little joke before, but last week we were gonna record the two of us like a usual show, and then I was DMing with you up until literally 5 minutes before the space started, and then I started the space like Crypto's not coming. He never showed up, and I was like, what happened? I was like, every time we start the show, like 10 minutes before, I usually send you the notes for what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
And I sent you the notes. And so I thought oh, he saw the notes. He knows we're good. And then you didn't show up. So what happened, Crypto? What happened? I think everybody's wondering what happened.
I just got a little mixed up.
You were at a cafe or something, right?
Yeah, I was at the cafe working, and I was doing it like multiple things at once, and I just got a little confused. I'm sorry about that.
That's all right. No. I'm not attacking. I'm just saying it was kind of funny since it was like, oh, I was just talking to him. Of course he's gonna show up. Like, wait, he's not coming. Anyway, yeah. I talked for 50 minutes or whatever by myself. It's okay. I hopefully people enjoyed it. But anyway, you're back. So last time we talked, I think you were still in Thailand.
Yeah.
Are you? I think so. I mean, it was 2 weeks ago, so maybe. But you're currently in Japan, right?
Yep, I am in Japan, in Tokyo, hanging out with friends from Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm leaving. I was gonna go Singapore tomorrow, but I switched it to Philippines, so I'm gonna be in Philippines for a while.
Wow, jeez. Okay, you're going all over the place. Huh.
Yep.
So how's Zeal Chain? So Zeal Chain is the project that Crypto is working on now. The art is by Yoshitaka Amano. So I like to check in. Anything new on that front?
Yeah, it's building, and I can't give any alpha, but all I can say is you should get in.
Yeah.
Like before everything pops off.
So is the Discord open, or do you have to I don't know, solve some puzzles or something, or how does it work?
Discord is open. We're thinking about opening again, or we are thinking about making it public.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's just a lot of people from Nigeria and the Russians, and there's so many bots in there. So
yep,
got to do something about it,
Yeah, that's always how it is. Unfortunately, once you start to get some exposure, then you get so many of the fake accounts and the people that are just kind of spamming the chat. Yeah, that's the tough thing. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, yeah, you guys are 18,000 followers, and when we first started talking about it, you guys were under 2,000 followers, I think. So it's clearly growing.
Yeah, I liked it that way. But
mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately, right? Yeah, I know what you mean. When it's small, it's the people that are really interested, and then once it gets big, then like I said, it's the bots and all that, and they start to get in. And then you have to kind of be very careful about who you're even talking to, because it could be some scammer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta clean up the Discord, one by one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Good to see you're moving along. So anything? What about have you bought anything lately? Anything interesting?
No. I'm just building a zero chain and spam DAO.
Yeah.
Yeah, spam DAO just went public a few days ago.
Oh, okay.
We
Uh-huh,
we
uh-huh.
see interesting people and new more people are buying the pass.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, we create value and provide value to the holders. One of the founders just did the airdrop for one of the Japanese project, and it's making money, making us money. I mean, at least like we can eat every day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is the airdrop, was that the Captain Tsubasa NFT?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, so I guess I got that then. Huh.
Oh,
I forgot to check.
actually,
Yeah, because
it's
I
it's
did
not
I? I don't know.
it's not quite like automatic airdrop. It's just a free claim for the
Oh, okay,
NFT.
okay.
I think you
Oh,
should
okay.
get those for sure. Like you can make
Oh,
like five to ten
okay.
bucks a day.
Oh, nice, nice. Okay, so I should check that as soon as possible then, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Mm.
Uh, okay, maybe I missed it.
I think it's still claimable.
Okay, all right. I will check on that later today then, because I forgot. Like I know there was some, I remember that they were announcing that you were going to be able to get the free Captain Tsubasa NFT, but I then just forgot and got busy with other stuff, so I haven't been checking. But yeah, Captain Tsubasa, a very well known anime. So there's an NFT project with using that IP. Is it like a game kind of thing, or like how does that
Yeah,
NFT work?
it's a game. Like uh, you can claim one of the free character, and you use that character to play the game, basically, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
kind of fun.
Hmm. Is it like an in-browser game, or like how does the game work?
Yeah, it's in browser game. Otherwise, it's gonna take like millions of dollars to create one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But is it like a little 2D soccer game, or like what kind of game is it?
it's just a 2D soccer game, and you just play with the numbers,
Okay.
and you don't actually see people playing soccer or anything. Just
Okay. It's almost like, I mean, there used to be like well, I'm sure sometimes you still see them, but kind of like these simulation management team kind of sports games, something like that.
it's
Um,
yeah, it's more like a simple version of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like who
oh,
has
okay, okay,
higher
okay.
number and stuff, and it's very
Gotcha,
simple.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, okay. All right. Well, hey, I mean, you're saying you're making like 500 yen or 1,000 yen. It's like, hey, that's a few onigiris, right? That's a
Yeah,
few
yeah,
rice balls.
yeah. Hey,
That's a donburi or something.
yeah, enough to buy lunch every day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, and you got it for free, so hey, no complaints there. Hey, so
Yeah.
all right. So yeah, I haven't really bought anything in the past week. The only thing that I bought was one Aster Prince, which came out like
Mm.
I don't know more than a month ago, because it's just super super cheap, and I figured, whatever, I'll just get one. It's just basically a wild gamble, but it's under 0.02. That's ASTAR Prince. I really don't know what they have in terms of announcements or anything that they're working on. I just know they're connected to Sodan NFT, which is very well known in Japan. So I don't know, like maybe they could announce something and the floor moves up. But again, I purely just bought it because it was just cheap. So I figured, whatever, I'll just throw like 0.017 at it and see what happens.
Yeah, anything
Um,
Japanese project is good, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, they're part of Sodan, so I don't know. They could definitely announce something, and it could certainly move. But I'm not saying buy because you never know. Like this project has not performed well since launch, so you never know. It could just stay the same.
mm,
But at least it's not 1 ETH, and it's low risk. So, but yeah, that's basically it. Like in all honesty, the January has been in a way a very boring month so far. Very few new projects compared to December and November. Uh, Mainly, it's been old projects that have been moving, up. So, like this all started mainly with like Ikehaya-san connected projects, of course, CMP and APP and I mean LLAC launched so recently anyway that I don't know that's kind of its own price pattern, but then there was like the Shikibu World and then like I talked about Space Crocos last week. That was also connected to some kind of collab in a way between the founder of Space Crocos and Ikehaya-san. Then Junk Food Party, which we also talked about a couple months ago or 3 months ago. They also announced some kind of collab with either CMP or Ikehaya-san. And then the floor, like, I think it went up around double. It was under zero point 0.2, and then last I checked, it was over zero point 0.3. So that moved. And then Neo Stackey has been going crazy. It's now it's over 2 ETH, but it's a small collection. So it's 1,650 and only 1% are listed. So that means like only around 16 are listed. Uh, and there aren't that many that have sold around 2 ETH. In fact, like the last one that I checked was actually bought by Start JPN, which is the group that is doing Neostacky. So I don't know why they bought their own NFT at 2 ETH. But and then there were like non-Japanese wallets, like a couple were buying it like around that the high 2 ETH range. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but anyway, it has been selling on the way up. So yeah, I sold two around zero point 0.2. So oh well. Yeah, so that's also due in part to the fact that you get whitelist for Crypto Ninja World, which is coming out at the end of February, and that's a 10K project again by the Crypto Ninja group. So that has kind of moved up the price, but I assume there's also the fact that it's such a small collection plus other utilities that you might get probably are moving the price up as well, because you can also get 5 Tokyo Alternative Girls NFT. And right now the floor is like around 0.17. So it's actually less than 1 ETH if you buy 5 Tokyo Alternative Girl NFTs, and you still get Crypto Ninja World whitelist. And I don't know when the deadline is, so please check on that if you intend to buy. But like if you're going crazy and you really want the Crypto Ninja World whitelist, the cheapest way it seems is to get the 5 Tokyo Alternative Girls, because that's less than half the price of one Neo Stacky. But the floor is kind of thick on Tokyo Alternative Girls because it's a bigger collection, and I don't know. There's just not as much attention on it, I guess. So I don't know if the floor is going to move up. So I can't say it's a good short term trade or not. But if all you care is about the whitelist, well, that's the cheaper alternative.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean you don't have either, right? You don't have Neo Stacky or Crypto Ninja World. Not sorry, Tokyo Alternative Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I did have Neo Stacky I minted, but oh well, I sold. Just it is what it is. Um, then another. There's been other projects that have been like it's like MetaSamurai, for example. That's not like CMP connected or anything. That thing has been going crazy. It's like at 2 ETH basically right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like 1.99 or something like that.
Mm.
And we were talking about this like 2 months ago, and it was like zero point 0.3, and for a very long time, very very long time, it was in the 0.2s. And I was just watching it, but I never got into this, so I just didn't really fully understand like what the vision was. So I don't know, I just kind of let it go. But yeah, man, this thing has been going crazy. It's like upwards of almost 2 ETH. So I guess part of this is just anticipation for the second collection that's coming out soon, right?
Mm.
Crypto,
Are
like
they
there's a second collection coming soon, right?
are they doing another collab, or it's the actual second collection?
I thought there was an actual second collection coming, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But they always are doing like big collabs with, they've done it with like Coach and Lupin and Baki the Grappler and Space Brothers, like well-known anime, IPs. So I mean, obviously the community is very happy with that kind of stuff. They're always getting attention. But I thought they were doing a second collection, like a proper second collection, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know.
Mm.
Um, Yeah, so I would say check on that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it is a smaller collection. It's 3,333, so that
Mm.
definitely helps. Um, but yeah, it's been crazy to see. Like, I mean, I see people whenever I tweet and I use the hashtag MetaSamurai. I usually get a comment from somebody connected, or like retweets, or I get engagement from those people. So they're watching. They're very active. They're very vocal on Twitter. And as we've talked about before, that is one of the key things in an NFT community where you have people like it, how can I put it? Very visible, on Twitter.
Mm.
If they're not visible, then the Twitter the project gets forgotten. That's the reality.
Mhm.
So I mean, yeah, Meta Samurai people have been very very active. Um, and then yesterday, Yugi did some volume all of a sudden. I'm not sure what the reason is, but they did like 69 ETH in volume. The floor went up probably like from 0.19 ish to like 0.25. I don't know exactly what's going on. I saw they announced a town hall coming up tomorrow, and they've been doing some spaces with other NFT projects lately. So maybe that's helping them get attention. But I don't really know if there's anything big announced or anything coming. Maybe that there's something coming in the space tomorrow.
Mm.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah, I just looked at their Twitter, so I mean I saw they announced a town hall coming up. It's yeah tonight Japan time I think,
Mhm.
or tomorrow Japan tonight Japan time I think. But yeah, I mean maybe there's some announcement coming. Who knows? Because yeah, the floor on Yu-Gi-Oh has been very very like I mean dead. It's been like 0.2, 0.19, and it's just been like that for like 2 months. Uh, But yeah, anyway, I mean, given that the mid price was like 0.07, I mean, it's still over double. So that is good, but I just don't know what's coming. So yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been very slow. Unfortunately, like a lot of new projects aren't coming out, but there's a few new ones, and a lot of them haven't done that well. There's one called Duo, which I don't really know about. Duo, Duo. I don't think it minted out. And last I checked, it hadn't minted out completely. And then there's another one called Takanotsumedan.
Mm.
That one has not sold out either. Um, yeah, so I think like the market right now is kind of in a holding pattern. It's like people are just spending money on old stuff, and projects are kind of scared to launch right now, and people are a little bit scared to spend money on new projects, especially if they're not connected to CMP. And so they're just kind of like like I don't know, people are just they don't feel confident spending money on new stuff, I guess.
Mm.
Right? I mean, like this month, I mean, oh yeah, Anthem came out, and last I checked, Anthem is basically at selling at mint price right now.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, it minted at 0.05, and it's yesterday when I looked, it was at like 0.05. So there's not much volume coming in on that on secondary, but that one was one that people were paying attention like to. I mean, Anthem. I think whether you said the founder this was like some kind of partnership with Tencent, the Chinese
Mhm.
company.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean, you would think that would get more attention, but I don't know. Like people just are not interested in new stuff. They're mainly interested in old stuff for some reason. But I guess just I don't know. People are kind of tired after December, where there were so many new projects, and it makes kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
Mm.
I don't know. Any thoughts on that? Do you feel like people are need a break? Is that what's going on?
Oh, I feel like the older projects were rushing to launch before LLC was launching, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
people
agree.
were scared of LLC, so they're like, oh, we gotta launch before they launch.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it seems like for example, of course we can't predict what would have happened, but for example, if Kurenai said no, we're not going to launch in December, we're going to launch in the middle of January, like I think that might have been like really really good because
Mm.
they weren't competing with anyone in January. Like there aren't any projects right now that got as much attention as Kurenai. So instead of launching on the same day as like 5 other projects, I don't know. I feel like maybe the better option would have been to wait until after LLAC, and then everybody's paying attention to them, and then it goes even better. So, but I mean, of course, you can't predict the future, but it seems like that might have been the better move, just looking at how the market played out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Kurenai, unfortunately, like I mean, it's holding. It's at like 0.05 ish, and it's holding steady. Like the mint price was 0.026, but it's still like the listings are over 10%, and there's a lot listed around the floor. So it's going to take a while for that supply to reduce the amount listed. So I don't know. I think it was a bad move to launch in December, but everybody was scared of LAC, I guess. So yeah. Um, Here's another kind of random thing. This isn't like a big project, but it's interesting in that it's like a Japanese celebrity kind of person getting into the NFT space. Volcano
Oh,
Adventure Club. Did you hear
oh,
about that?
yeah, 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 yeah. That's interesting.
It's funny. It's funny. I mean, I don't care about this NFT, but I mean, people bought it. But the explanation. Okay, so Volcano Adventure Club is it's a small collection. It's 10 photographs. I think it's like editions. Some of them have like 10 items, so I don't know. It might be like 100 items in total. But the creator is Takizawa Hideaki, and he is the former vice president of Johnny's, which is Japan's like most well known and influential like male talent idol singer agency.
Mm-hmm.
And he quit kind of recently, and it was a whole big kind of like scandal in the news, whatever. And anyways, now he's just like, no, I'm out. Like I'm just an adventurer. I go around like exploring volcanoes and stuff like that. And so it's just so funny, right? Like he used to, work in the entertainment. He's just like, no, no, now I'm just gonna go like explore caves and volcanoes. Uh, and so he took a bunch of pictures of this volcano that he visited, and he sold them as NFTs. And the mint price was like point 0.3, and I think 1 or 2 of them were like 1 ETH. Probably those are maybe I would assume those are the one of ones, but uh, anyway, it did sold out. It did sell out, and the floor is like point 0.7. But this is a tiny collection. This isn't the kind of thing that you would buy to trade. This is like I guess his hardcore fans are just the people that are buying this, but just funny, like just a funny random thing. This person that had nothing to do with NFTs just like, I'm just gonna sell some volcano pictures.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there's a
Uh,
market for that, you know.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I respect that he didn't just sell like 1,000 pictures. He just here's a few pictures, whatever. And I think that's better. If he would have tried to sell like 2,000 pictures or something, I think people might criticize him. But it's just 10 pictures, and if you really want it, you'll get it. If you don't, whatever. It's not for you.
Yeah, yeah. As long as supply is smaller than demand, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Yeah, and then you can brag that you have. Oh, I have a picture, a photograph of this volcano that Takizawa took. I don't know. You can make it your profile picture.
yeah,
So I don't know. There's interest in this. I mean, this guy has like 2.5 million followers on Twitter, so it's not easy. It's not hard to sell out a tiny collection like this for him.
mhm,
Yeah. So that's basically, the general market, like where it is right now. I think we're just waiting for a big hyped project to kind of come out and wake everybody up and get people excited again. Um, right now, it seems like the projects are either not doing that well, or they're doing very small supply. So for example, like one that is coming up that we talked about before is What's Up, John? You mentioned that
mhm,
one before, right? I
mhm.
think that one's coming out on like the 20th of Japan time.
Yep.
Yeah. And that one's like, what was it, like 550, I think, right?
Yeah, that's the supply, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So what's up, John? Like, um, Yeah, and I think the mid price is like 0.1, or it's a little bit, more expensive than the usual stuff, but it's a very small collection, and they're not doing like whitelist giveaways or anything. I think they're basically handpicking the community, right?
Everything is handpicked. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that's kind of like a mini trend that's going on in Japan right now, just under 1,000, trying to really be careful about who you give the whitelist to, and just trying to build from there, and maybe from there you might expand or whatever, but at least starting small seems to be what a lot of people are trying to do at the moment. But we'll see, what happens in February. Like I said, once a big project comes out, you never know what could happen.
Mm. Yeah.
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 Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know a friend of yours is involved with this project, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's one of the founder.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. Yeah, I know they've been working on this for months. Like I first learned about this in like October or November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel bullish on that and on their project for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Like I would say like I feel like the floor is probably going to go up. Now it might be like a very low volume thing. Like there might not be that many buys after launch, but it seems like they're really getting together a group of people that are not going to sell for cheap. So kind of a little bit like the whole Crypto Ninja Partners thing, where it's like not a lot of people sell, and if they do sell, it's usually for a very high price. And because it's such a small community, I think it's easier to pull that off.
That's exactly the concept.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Another project that is coming out this weekend in Japan is called Yakohiko.
Oh yeah.
So that's Yakouhikou. Yakohiko. It's at Yakohiko on Twitter. Do you know? I only know the very very basics of this project, but is there anything you can tell us about the project? Oh, sorry, no, sorry. The Twitter handle is Yakohiko, like I spelled it, underscore NFT. So add the underscore NFT at the end. But anyway, yeah, crypto. Can you say anything about this project?
Mm. It's basically run by a flower Lolita.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like their spin-off version of the project, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
They just picked their favorite artist and launching his project somehow.
Mm,
I don't know how that could provide any value, to be honest.
yeah. Yeah. Like I mean, so just a little bit of context here. So Flower Lolita came out, I think, last summer, and it got attention before the launch, but then once it launched, it just mostly faded away. People, they weren't really talking about it. It wasn't getting a lot of attention. The floor didn't do anything. Yeah, it barely moved, I think, and it's been going down, 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 down. Uh, and Flower Lolita was interesting in that it was a project that came out of. It was released by a modern. It was a company that is involved with modern art, and I think the company's called N3, and so they got like modern artists or whatever to work on the project. I don't even know who exactly did the art. I think it was a team of people, but and then I think Honda Keisuke, who is a very well-known Japanese soccer player, retired now, but he's still very well-known even now. He invested in a lot of like crypto stuff and all that, and so he was like an investor in Flower Lolita, and so that was getting a lot of attention. But I mean, I don't think he did anything like significant with the project. He was just an investor. Um, and so unfortunately, this project, didn't really do well after launch, and so now they're trying to do like a follow up, a second, collection. I guess the holders of Flower Lolita are probably going to be able to claim or get an airdrop. But again, I don't see much buzz around this, so I'm not particularly optimistic about the price action. But I also don't really know who exactly the artist is. um I don't really get what they're trying to do different here, so I'm not too optimistic. Of course you never know, but it's kind of weird, like it's just these art companies, whatever, they try to get in, but they don't attract the general volume, right? They're trying to do things their own way, I guess, but it doesn't really get people interested. So it's tricky. It's tricky. It's not an easy thing. It's not as easy as just putting out an NFT project and then people are just gonna go crazy over it. So we'll see what happens. But that's Yakanhikou. Yeah. So that's basically it. I mean, there's little projects here and there, but that's kind of the main thing. I guess the other thing I can mention is like Miki Dozan, this Japanese reggae artist. He's putting out a very small collection, 222 pieces based on a storybook that he wrote, and he's working together with a Japanese artist, Yanobe Kenji, who's very well known,
Mm.
and that will eventually lead to a 2,222 uh, collection called Spaceships Cats. I think that's more of a PFP style, but that's going to be months later. And see, it's a small collection, so that's good. It'll probably sell out, but it'll probably be the kind of thing where it does sell out. The floor is really high, but very few people will actually buy after it sells because that's just that's just how these many of these very small collections go. So we'll see what happens. He just I mean, I'm not involved with the project directly, but I did translate a song that he did for the project into Spanish. So I mean, I don't have whitelist or anything. I'm not directly involved with it. I just did a translation for him for a song that is involved connected to the project.
Yeah,
Um, that's coming out on the 22nd, I think.
yeah. The Spandau got the white list, and
Hmm.
yeah, we're feeling bullish on his project as well. Like he's really
Hmm.
active in the space.
He is. He is. He really is. He's popping up all over the place in spaces. And he's I like that he's being very honest. He's not that kind of like, oh, this thing is gonna be, going to the moon or whatever. He's just like, look, this is an art project. We're not looking at this as a financial asset. If you like, what I'm doing and you see what I'm doing and you want to support it and you like this book and I plan to keep releasing books and plan to keep doing stuff related to this, then hey, buy in. It's only 222 blah blah blah. It is kind of a high mint price, 0.1 something, I think, or maybe 0.2. I don't remember exactly how much it is. So it is a little bit on the high side, but he's
Yeah,
going with a pure art kind of approach, and I think that's good because that weeds out the flippers, and so it's only people that are really into what he's trying to do. And so you start small and you build from there, and I think that's a good approach.
yeah. He handpicked the diamond handlers, and he's.
Hmm.
I like his approach. He's sending like DM on Twitter to each
Yeah, he is
people.
doing it himself. Like every single person, he's DMing them and talking to them, and he's a well known person. He doesn't have to do that, right? But he's doing it, and I appreciate that.
Mm,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it's a good approach. It's a good approach. We'll see what happens, but I think he's showing that he cares, and I think that's very important. Yeah. That's basically it. I don't know. Is there anything else that you can think of that you want to bring up?
about the new upcoming project.
That or just anything in general?
Mm, like Kamitsubaki Dao is doing pretty good too.
Oh, did that come out?
No, they're not launching yet, but
Okay.
uh, they're launching probably pretty soon, like in a few months.
Uh huh.
And people are liking the project at the moment.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that's do they have a I guess they have a Twitter, right?
they have Twitter. I think they just opened up the Discord.
Okay. So that's Kami Tsubaki, that's Kami Tsubaki DAO.
Yeah.
DAO. So look that up. Can you tell us anything about the project in general, like what they're trying to do, or what the art is, or who's involved, or any details?
Yeah, like they're trying to they are basically the VTuber agency,
Oh,
and one of our co-founder of Spam DAO is involved. He's the project lead, or I don't know his position, but he's involved. So I'm feeling bullish on that. Like
okay,
he's
okay.
well and he's capable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know, all you guys there have been in the space for a long time, and you kind of, you've seen what works, you've seen what hasn't. So, and plus, you know a lot of people. That's extremely helpful.
Yeah, like yeah,
Um,
we can do anything. We can copy whatever the other projects are doing.
mhm.
Like if I see anything I like how MetaSamurai is doing, like announcing collaboration month by month, it's easy.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. All right, so that sounds like one to. I mean, I remember seeing it in the Spam DAO Discord, so I've been aware of it, but I haven't been paying close attention. So I will maybe I'll go check out the Discord because I haven't joined yet. But that's Kami Tsubaki DAO, so coming soon, and we'll probably talk more about it later as uh, release comes approaches. Yeah, I would say that's pretty much it. I don't know if anybody wants to come up, has a question, add to the discussion. Ask anything. We're open to it. We got a little bit of time, so if so, feel free to come up. Oh, Yuka-san, thank you for coming. Yuka-san is a Japanese NFT artist, very well known in the Azuki community. You can follow her, Yuka Kamagawa. Thank you guys for coming. No requests. I don't see any requests. If nothing, then we shall be wrapping up. And yeah, no, don't see anything. All right, so then we'll close it out. Things are a little bit slow in the market, but you never know. Things can turn around all of a sudden, right? You never know. So yeah, we'll be back next week, and then yeah, I don't know. We'll probably be talking about like what happened with What's Up, John, and what else do we talk? Oh yeah, Miki Dozan that will have come out, and Yakanhikou, yeah, that one, yeah. So we'll talk about that stuff, and if anything surprising comes up, we'll discuss it. So we'll leave it at that. Crypto, thank you for coming this week. I appreciate you. I know you're going to be flying out tomorrow, so you're busy, busy, busy. But thank you for making time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. All right. Hang on. Just checking in case I have any comments coming in. Let's see. Okay, just collab with Ghost. Oh, whoa. Hang on. MetaSamurai, I think. So I think KLS. I see K. Yeah. MetaSamurai holder. Yeah, I often see K reply and I interact with K. So they just said they just did a collab with Ghost in the Shell. That's pretty crazy. MetaSamurai and Ghost in the Shell. Huh. That's big, man. That's pretty damn cool. So there you go, man. There you go. The Meta Samurai's always got the collabs coming. I mean, they're keeping their holders happy. That's impressive. So, that I mean, I like Ghost in the Shell, so that's just something that personally interests me. But unfortunately, I'm sorry, Kay, but 2 ETH is a little too much for me. But respect. I mean, Ghost in the Shell, that's impressive. You guys are knocking it out of the park. So good job, guys. All right. Last check. No requests. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Remember to follow at Tokyo Alpha HQ. And then you can follow us at the Vegatoni is me, and then at Curi the DGen. That's CURI the DGen for crypto. Thank you, guys, and we'll be back next week.
All right. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, everybody.